The people of Kenshi are a representation of sin and human vice, each following something greater than themselves, whether it be profit, conquest, blood, slavery, or their own god. The most famous of these gods is Okran, savior of the human race, banisher of evil and arch-nemesis of Narko, the devil. But looking up and down the wasteland, there's no proof besides the words of man and beast to prove that Okran exists or ever existed. Or is there? The idea of Okran and the Okranite religion traces its foundations back to the days of skeleton domination, where humans were little more than slaves and cattle for the Second Empire's benefit. A common theory, most likely true, is that Okran and his nemesis Narko are an ancient representation of skeleton kind. Okran, the good, who helped humans, and Narko, the evil, who created the now hated by the Holy Nation races, such as the Shek and possibly the Hivers. So the question remains, who was Okran? Was he real, and is there any other actual evidence to suggest his existence outside of Holy Nation textbooks and propaganda? Well, a possibility is that originally Okran and Skrull were the same entity or man. The names are similar, and while the representation of each is different, they may have common ground. A behemoth named Stobe. Stobe died, presumably to save all of Kenshi from some sort of bomb or missile. This lines up with both Okran saving mankind and Skrull dying in glorious battle against a foe greater than himself. The Okranite religion through the millennia focused more on his savior of mankind, eventually excluding non-humans altogether as enemies of humanity, where the Shek culture focused on the honorable death aspect, eventually developing an entire culture and warrior religion around the idea of honor and honorable death in combat, probably to emulate Stobe or Skrull's sacrifice. Of course, all of this is just a theory, a Kenshi theory, and it's all unconfirmed. But if it's true, it's extremely interesting to see how such different worldviews could have developed from just one event. I would also explain why exactly the Holy Nation is xenophobic, besides the atrocities committed against humans by the Second Empire, of course. And maybe, just maybe, the question of Stobe and Okran could be the key to reconciliation between Shek and human. Probably not, they'll just keep killing each other. The body of Stobe still lies out there, in the southeast of the map. Frozen in time, the scene shows his death and the moment he may have saved the world. The missiles that could have ended all intelligent life on Kenshi still lie beside him, deactivated and no longer a threat to anyone. Out here on the holy hillside, visited occasionally by the odd Garu or Beak thing, you can still pay your respects to the forgotten savior of humanity, and everyone else who inhabits this continent, and maybe even more continents out there. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It goes a long way to helping me grow.